YouTube, all at the same name. Shout out to my YouTube for the mediocre FPS gameplay videos. Um, y'all boys go ahead and go.
I'm Ninja Paint 3, aka Alex, and I like to bake.
I'm baby with some gravy. Shout out my Twitch. Same name. No spaces, no caps. And I really like drinking beer and fucking bitches.
He's a closet alcoholic, and we're just gonna leave it at that.
No, I'm not in the closet about it. I'm definitely a fucking alcoholic.
All right, well, today we're discussing Dance Gavin Dance, one of our favorite bands that all of us love and enjoy. Their first ever EP, Whatever I Say Is Royal Ocean. Whatever I Say Is Royal Ocean is the debut EP by Dance Gavin Dance. It released November 14th, 2006, and was recorded over a 6-month period and all that good shit. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of story to this album. They kind of just made it.
We kind of just decided, hey, let's fucking make some weird shit.
All right. Before we get in to the track list and just discussing it, what is your one thought on this album that you have to say right now?
Yo, honestly, I like this album. I do. I have a sweet spot for this album because I love
Mm.
the rawness to the music. I love the unproduced rawness, especially to John Miss's vocals.
Dalton.
You go first.
All right. This is what I have to say. It should stay in 2006. That's all I gotta say. It's a good post-hardcore album, but it needs to stay in 2006.
All
For
right,
me,
well,
man,
starting.
for me,
Go ahead.
whatever I
Sorry.
say is Royal Ocean. You know, it's the album or the EP, whatever the fuck. It's the one that started it all with Dance Gavin Dance, and it's got a couple good songs in it. Um, and I fuck with it sometimes if I'm like depressed, but that's it. If I want to
I
hate myself a little bit fucking more, I'll listen to whatever I say is Royal Ocean.
I was starting off with track one, the title track, wherever it says War Ocean. You know, me with this, I love a title track to an album, or like an intro track, or short little intro track, but it has to set the vibe before the album. And this intro track doesn't do that. It kind of just does nothing to me. But see, with example of Stand Up and Scream by Asking Alexandria, Alarion. The intro track, it totally sets the mood for the album. But I feel like the title track to this EP, it kind of just does nothing. It's just there and people don't even talk about it. And it's the title track, which is like, why would you make the title track the intro track and do nothing with it? That's kind of my biggest gripe.
Can,
Like
can I?
I,
Can I?
I
Whoa,
feel
whoa,
you
whoa,
on
whoa.
that, dude. I
Mine's quick.
understand that, and we're gonna go with Dalton's right quick.
No, mine's real quick. The title track to whatever I say is Royal Ocean. I have one simple word: garbage.
All right, here's what I think about it. Like Mr. Chaotic Pants is saying, can I use your real name or just your gamer tag?
Yeah, David. You can call me
All right,
David.
okay, cool. As David was saying with the intro track, I feel him on that. It should have been a more mood setting to like the actual intro of the album, but it shows to me right now, as we know DGD with their live sessions, it shows where they came from with that. Like you listen to their live stuff now, like Tree City sessions, they have an intro to it. I think it was two. They have intros to their like
Mhm.
the beginning of the songs, and I like that. But if you listen to it and listen to the music video for Strawberry Swisher Part 3, it's the same thing. It's the same outro. You will hear it. There are slight variations. There's like slight differences to it, but you can hear that it has the vibe of the ending of Strawberry Swisher Part 3 music video. And if you don't believe me, look it up. And that's why I like. That's why
Do
I
you?
like the intro track a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's my
So
problem. Go ahead, David. I'll say
So,
mine.
with what Alex said, do you think that they kind of cloned it, or just they felt like they used it before but didn't use it to its full potential, and they wanted to kind of revamp it, like it was a past idea that they felt like they could redo and do
Uh,
better?
Honestly, I mean, I can't really say. It's been a minute since I've like heard the actual like track on like Spotify or something, other than the actual like music video.
Hmm.
And it's just, and it's not like the guitar playing or whatnot that's in the intro. It's this one sound. It's like this warbly sound,
Yeah, like
and
Warbly.
you, like I said, you just got to listen to it, listen to the title track, and then listen to the
Warbly.
ending of the music video, and it's the same, that same effect, and
so
it
like
just, that's, it just took me there.
at the time there was a lot of like metalcore bands doing that like ambience to an
Yeah,
intro, but it will go into something and flow more. I feel like it kind of just doesn't. It
yeah, no,
doesn't really
I
lead to
yeah,
the first real track of the album.
yeah,
Dalton,
I
you
get
got
what you mean.
anything
See,
to say?
yeah, my thing is, man, and I hate to compare the two bands because they're very very different. But
The
I
dates you
mean,
remember.
no. I'm actually talking about Pierce the Veil here. How Pierce the Veil, when they had what the noises startle you? What
Yeah,
is
it
it?
made these noise
Made
startle
these
you.
noises startle you, and it led into Hell Above, and it led into Hell Above really really fucking well. Like it
Hmm.
just it was so smooth, the transition, it worked so well. But then you got Dance Gavin Dance, who just did fucking whatever I say is Royal Ocean into the next track, which we'll get to in a minute, and it just it didn't meld well together for me.
Yeah, to finally wrap up this track one, because there's really not much to say about it. If basically my only gripe is that they called it the title track of the album.
Which
If
is
they would
dumb
just
as
called it,
shit.
yeah, if they would just called it intro or some shit,
Or
like I
fucking
would
some
literally
Dance
have
Gavin
no
Dance
gripes with
shit,
it.
man. Like
Yeah.
fucking just the robot without the hair. Like something.
All right. Coming into track two, the robot with human hair, part one. I'm gonna let Dalton start us off on this
Mm.
one.
Okay. Robot with Human Hair Part 1. I fucking love this song, man. Straight up. I remember the first time I heard this shit. It was like one of the it was like one of the first like 10 songs I heard by Dance Gavin Dance. I remember the first I ever heard was Elder Goose. And I just went on this Dance Gavin Dance journey.
Yeah.
But Robot with the Human Hair Part 1 has very good melodies, and I think Johnny Craig does things with his voice in that particular song that he doesn't do a lot of, like, further in his career.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot of good melodies in that song. I I fuck with the drums. Matt Mingus has always been a fucking fire drummer, and that song is proof of it.
Oh yeah,
Ever
for
since
sure.
fucking the first EP, he has been incredible. Um, and then everything else is pretty standard, but the drums, guitar, and vocal work by Johnny in that song I very very much enjoy, and that's all I can say about it.
Right on, Alex. You want to go next?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now. With this album, it's mostly my one thing about it is the vocals in this whole entire album. I know it's the first EP, and I know they were trying to just break barriers with the post-hardcore scene, and the vocals are just so muddy. The highs are too high, and John's vocals, you have to really really
That's why I said
like
Johnny.
just try to understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
And it all has to do with, like you said, this is a raw album, and it has to do with that. I like that they went for the whole, raw approach. They didn't really have, I guess at the time, they didn't really have like a record label backing them. So they were like, we're going to put ourselves out there. We're going to see what happens. And just his vocals on this are terrible, dude. Like I love his lyricism still. Like the first one, drenched in your blood, this crime's overdone. And then he goes step down and back away. I like that. It's just over, like it's just leading to the fact of this is gonna be a good post hardcore album. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
you can feel the influences from like just different artists. I like to think of like Hawthorne Heights when I think of that one line right there. It's weird to compare them, I know,
No, but you're
but
right.
it's
That is a wrong
100%.
comparison.
it's really emo-y. It's there. Johnny's intro lyrics though, the where he's like, "Your eyes are bleeding." I like how he does that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
really good, and you can to me, I can feel like just the straight pain of what he's going through right there, and instrumentally, I like it. I like the little soft intros that they do. It's this album has a lot of those, and I'll get into that
Yeah,
the
that was
tracks.
the post-hardcore vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get into that. On verse 2, he says, Johnny says, "And now you're so ashamed to see that I have made it farther than you ever will." Dude, that just fucking hits, man. I'm sorry, but
That
it's
shit
going.
do slap. That shit
That
slap
shit
pretty
does
fucking
slap,
hard.
100%.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna be okay.
No,
And
I'm not.
You listen to it and you're like, oh no. You're
I'm
like,
not
no, I'm
okay.
not.
Fuck.
I'm not. But another thing that I really liked was closer towards the end. Um, John does this back and forth thing,
The rock solid.
kind of like Johnny did when
Yeah.
he opened up the song. How he
Oh,
kept
yeah.
repeating the same line. Like closer towards the end of the song, John does it as well. I think with the stepping inside the no, take your time. He's just yelling out, "Take your time," and I don't know. It's a good little back and forth thing that they kept to keep the rhythm in like such a flow with like their lyrics.
Yeah.
And I like it. And that's what I
Yeah,
have to
well,
say about
well, you know, man, I really like this song. I do, but I think this song gets way too outshined by part two.
We'll get
I
there.
think
We'll
I
get
think
there,
this
motherfucker.
song is a bit underrated for this album because of part two being such a fan favorite. You know, and I love that they started doing the whole part series like on their first EP that didn't come later. Like I feel like that really like signified them
Oh yeah, that's
as
on.
like being different, even whenever they weren't super mathy at the time. I still feel like just the way that they did their titling, like,
Did
gave them a different element.
did they ever discuss why exactly they did parts for songs, or was it just because there was a story being told there? Because
I believe the
all of them
latter, but I don't
like
think
come
there's any
together. Like
official
even all the strawberry swishers all have a certain similar
aesthetic.
Like
yeah,
flow
a
to it,
similar
yeah.
aesthetic and a similar message to them.
Yeah.
So I mean, has that ever been discussed?
Not to my knowledge, but I think it's just meant to interpret it as a chronological type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And
But
to me, I like how they kept on with like naming titles after like previous titles and whatnot.
yeah, I like that a lot too.
There is one that I think that should never have been made
Don't
as
say it.
a different. It should have just been a different track.
I know. I know which one
completely,
it is.
but
I know.
we'll save that one for
I
a
know
later
which
date.
one it
You
is.
may think, but you're gonna be like, "Oh,
No,
see
I
that one
definitely
coming."
know
All
which
right,
one it is.
but that's
Well,
that's what I have to say.
anybody else got anything to say about track two? We're about routine in here, part
Track
one.
2 is a good track. Go listen to it. Dance Gavin Dance.
Good
sponsor.
track. Good
Honestly,
track.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't even.
certified good.
I wouldn't call it track 2. I just call it track
It's
1.
not a great track. It's a good one.
Yeah. Well, track three, the robot versus heroin battle event. No, I'm fucking a little bit buzzed. I'm sorry. I fucking love this song. I really like this song. I think this song fucking comes in
Slaps.
and just this is a fuck shit up song to me. Like it just hits in a way that the rest of the album doesn't. Besides a little teaser, the last track of the album, I think that shit fucking slaps hard as fuck too. But I really don't have anything specific to say about this song. I've never really even listened to the lyrics that much. Like that's the rawness from John Mess's lyrics. This is a song that I've heard probably dozens of times, but I've never really fucking
You
looked
still
up the
don't know what the
lyrics.
fuck is going on.
Not really. I'll let one of you boys take it off now.
All right, I'll take it off. Like you said, this has to be my favorite song instrumentally on this whole entire album. The fucking guitars go hard. When I listen to it, you just want to thrash, man. This is like when you this is what embodied post-hardcore
There
back
you
in
go,
to
David.
me, the guitar work on this song embodied what post-hardcore was then, and how
Lots of
they
palm
were
mutes.
how they were like breaking the barrier
Lots of
of
fucking
what it
palm
used to
mutes.
be. Yeah, it's a lot of like,
Lot.
well, okay,
And the open chording to me,
yeah,
the
they
heavy open chording in the
yeah.
choruses, like it's hard to have a song's choruses slap as hard as the hardest hitting verses to me. And
Honestly,
that's
my
something that GGD does very well, is
yeah,
write a good fucking
it's
chorus.
like you said, it's a lot of chugging, but it's done in the right way.
Chugga
It's
chugga.
not just like
Yeah.
open O's and just chugging it out for like a good 6 measures. Nah, it's done right. My favorite part is literally close to the intro when the lead guitar starts playing that one. I wish we could play the music. Honestly, I wish we could,
Yeah.
so I could show you and tell you why. But
If you,
Copyright.
yeah,
yeah,
copyrights.
we ain't getting
Woo!
DMCA today.
But the lyrics are great, dude. Honestly, this is another one where the vocals still really, really harsh on the vocals. I hate to say it, and my opinion will change sooner or later about it, but not right now.
I know a particular song
Uh,
later on that your
but
opinion changed.
the lyrics are great. You literally, in my opinion, it's talking about like a dude in Vietnam just fucking fighting the war. And I know back then, I think I don't know how you would say that. I don't want to be, that guy. They would give them like heroin, like the enemy would give them heroin to
Yeah.
like and do that. So I think it's just kind of taking away from that, and they wrote around that, and then they just made it their own. And like I said, lyrically, it's solid. I like it, but the instruments is what caught my eye on this one. And this is what I think they should have kept on throughout the album a little bit more instead of just in this one track. And I get it; it's an EP. You want to show different styles, but you could have did a little bit of more of this, and it probably would have been, a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, this particular song, um, it is probably my favorite song on this album because of how aggressive it is. It comes out and it literally like stabs you in the throat immediately and is like, "Hey, you're about to fucking you're either going to mosh or you're going to fucking die." Like I love how aggressive the shit is. It comes out hard and it stays hard throughout, a majority of the song. And I like Alex said, I really like the instrumentation in the song. Um, John had some. It was almost like they had fucking for this whole album. They had John in a fucking fish tank, and the mic was outside of the fish tank. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It really was. But this particular song, I think, is maybe the second or third best as far as John's like just the way it sounded on the album.
Hmm.
Uh it's probably about the second or third best. I do think one later is the first best, and David, you probably know which one that is. But this song, like I said, I just like the aggression and the you can feel what they were feeling at the time when they wrote the song. It was just
Yeah,
it's
and that's what makes the album timeless, right?
and you're
You
right.
know what I mean? Like that's what makes an album not fade away. Like you can come back and listen to it
Hey
fucking 10
David,
years later
you want to know what
and it's
does
still
make an
raw.
album fade away?
What?
When you don't do anything for the fucking title track.
All right, well
But
really
no,
quick.
all I gotta say about this particular track, I mean, it's a good track. The instrumentation is really good, and Johnny, of course, the man, he's got some fucking pipes. I love his voice, and I mean, I like the aggression.
Yeah, so really quick before we go on to the next track, I just want to say I forgot to say this in the intro. The reason why we keep saying that we're gonna get to stuff later and all is because We're going to be going through all the DGD albums. We're going to go through the singles. We're going to go through the live albums up until DGD 10 is coming out. Then we're gonna go over that album as well. So if you like the content, if you want to watch more, make sure you subscribe, stay up to date, follow on Twitch, follow on Twitter, all that good stuff. I forgot to say that in the intro, so I just wanted to get that in there right fast.
If you want to make a betting pool, I'm saying that they're going to release a single before their Afterburner
September.
tour that they had to cancel because of COVID and whatnot. Release a single, tour, drop the
Play
album,
that fucking single.
drop the album in like late January, early February.
I see March.
No,
I do
late
see
January, late January, early February. That's my prediction. And if I'm right,
Mega head cannon.
Mega
I love it.
headcanon.
Mega head cannon. All right,
So no
well,
head.
let it be known here that
moving
Alex
on to the next
predicted.
track, Tidal Waves, Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner. I'm gonna let Dalton go on and start off with this one.
Okay, this motherfucking song. Fuck this song. Fuck everything about this song. This is the worst song on the fucking album. This is the worst song on the fucking album. I hate this fucking song. It's shit. Everything about it is shit. No one's on
Fuck you,
fucking key.
Dalton.
No one
No
knows
one
what the
loves
fuck
you.
they're doing. It's just jibber jabber. I fucking hate this song. It's stupid and it shouldn't have been on the fucking album. It's garbage. Fucking whatever I say as Royal Ocean is better than this shit. Fuck it. I'm done.
Alex, you want to be a moderator here, or am I gonna have to dust this motherfucker mathematically?
Go ahead and dust them right quick. I want to hear it.
All right, so I
I
fucking
need to
love
hear
this
this.
song. This song is so fucking underrated, dude.
Song.
Man, Dalton, I'm fucking sorry
ahead.
that you are small brain and don't know how to interpret lyrics. I'm
the
fucking
lyrics
sorry.
aren't what I have a problem with.
What? Not every song has to be fast as fuck though.
I know that.
Like
I
so,
just do not
dude,
fucking like this song.
Johnny Craig talking about brown eyes. I'm like, that's fucking good shit right there,
I didn't
man.
say I had a problem with the fucking. I mean, I guess I did say I have a problem with everything about this song. The lyrics and the vocals just in general on this album or on this song isn't exactly what I have a problem with. But I do not like. I don't like the instrumentation in the song at all. I skip the song every time, except when I
the
listen
way
to
that
this
the way
shit.
that we were talking about a album can be timeless because of raw emotion. This is that song on this album.
This is
I
not
think.
that song. The next song is that song.
I'm gonna have to agree with David.
And you're gonna have to be wrong with David.
This song right here, emotion wise, it really hits, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'd never started listening to Dance Gavin Dance on this EP. I started a little bit ahead on an album we'll get to eventually. I've recently been listening to this album a lot because of the podcast, and honestly, with this song right here,
Cheers to the podcast, by the way.
Yeah, it brought up a lot of just old memories rolling through the back of my head, and I was like, when a song like this can just do that, it's good. You can.
That's good shit, man.
It is
It's good fucking shit, brother.
It's really good shit because you're just like, you think of it and you're like, oh, this band has been through the same shit that I've been through, and it gives you a sense of connection to them, and that's why, like you said,
right.
that's why you said like you can keep coming back to this album, even if the production isn't that great, even if the vocals and this and that. I mean, you can just leave all that behind and just feel the actual like raw emotions you can get from it. That's what makes it. And this song right here shows exactly that. And there's not much really else I can say about that. It's A1 in my book. Like it just leads to the post-hardcore scene they were doing. Like sometimes you need a sad little song. Stray away from the brutalness that you're trying to be like, oh, this bitch broke my heart, yada yada. Smooth it down a little bit and just let it be known.
Well, it's for me, it's not about like saying you can't have a sad, slow paced song, But if you're gonna have a sad, slow paced song, at least make a good, sad, slow paced song, because this is not that.
Well, I mean, I mean, like,
This is not that song.
They
You
were-
are not that guy, pal.
and it leads to them trying to stray away from what's already been done during the time as well. Like, you listen to any
Yeah, you
sad
gotta remember
ballad.
that this is '06. You know what I mean?
You listen to any sad ballad from any post hardcore band back in '06, and they're almost generically all the same. And to them, they thought, hey, how can we make something almost like that, but still stray away from it and make it our own? And they did. And they show that on a later, it's a single. They show that in the later single that I won't name right now, but I will bring up when it comes time to that. And I enjoy that. I love how even with this album, it was their first, they still take away things and use it in the future. Even though this is just as they went into the studio and were like, all right, we're doing whatever the fuck we want. They still do that. And it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I can say about this.
Anybody else got anything to add?
Fucking hate it.
All right, we'll move on. So, track 5, the importance of cocaine. I'm gonna start off with this one. All right, so I got a little bit of I got a soft spot for this song, brother. I love this shit. All right, so this
Wait,
is
the
the
song or
first ever
cocaine?
DJ. So this is the first ever DGD song I looked up and found and shit into, and like the first song that I ever got into and learned like the lyrics and all. And I love Johnny's intro lyrics to this song. This hits too close to home for me. I don't need to be pain. I dwelled so long on the changes. Well, every step forward was fall towards your demise.
That's just powerful.
It is, dude. Also, I'm gonna let you know right now, you're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, your camera was freezing for a second.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
we're good now.
no.
I think we're good now.
Yeah. I can hear you now.
You're
but
still a
you were
little
just-
grainy, but
Yeah, your camera's a little grainy, but other than that.
Yeah, so is yours. I think it'll buffer though.
All right.
The
cool.
so one more thing I want to say before I pass it on. I fucking love John Mess's lyrics at the breakdown. Shot for shot, shot for shot, shot for shot. That is one of the hardest slapping breakdowns I think DGD ever did, in my opinion. For a song to start off so light and slow, to have a breakdown come in like that and really just change the entire dynamic of the track, I fucking love that shit. That's like why I love DGD. The clash between cleans and screams. You know what I mean? The soft and then the pace hard. I love the clash, the dynamic they have.
All right. That being said, how you said you like the dynamic of like the back and forth of like the cleans and then the uncleans. That's something in this album that I didn't like. I know that Dance Gavin Dance is known for that. They're known for their back and forth. With this one, it
Yeah,
did
it was
get
good
hard.
until the screamo
it-
guy.
Okay. Look, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about John Mess. He's a great lyricist.
until the screamo
But it's honestly with this EP, they could have. How do I put it? He could have enunciated better with his screams, and they shouldn't have like mudded him out so much with Johnny's like high vocals at the time. Like if they found a way to like separate them to a point where you can hear John better than you could hear Johnny at some points, the EP would have been great.
I will say, I love the rawness to John Mess's lyrics, but the levels, his could have been upped a little bit more in the production.
Like
I agree with that.
Kind of like Mike in a fish tank, and then he's trying to scream as loud as he can to just get it past.
Yeah, I get that.
But
Yeah.
With this song, the lyrics are tight, dude. The lyrics, I'm not a user of that, but you can feel, just like I said, you can feel that pain that he's going through, and you know what's causing it, and he's just trying to like wrap his head around it. and you feel it, dude. And it's just it's a good track overall. I do like the intro, like
Yeah.
this hits too close to home for me. You like I
You
said,
you just
you
know
feel,
coming into it.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
No, don't do it.
You know you're about to feel something, and you get a glimpse of his personal life, I guess, or what he's going through at the time, and instead of like with other tracks on this where it's kind of hard to make out at times because of, like I said, the vocals being so mudded from place to place, this and
Yeah.
that. But with this one, it's really straightforward, and I'm the kind of guy. Yeah, I like the mysteriousness of like John Mess's lyrics in most songs. Sometimes you just need it to be straight to the point and know what you're getting into,
Yeah.
and that's what I like about this one.
Dalton, what you got to add on?
This is the importance of cocaine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That shit fire.
intake.
That's it.
Is
Nah,
that
man.
it? All right.
No.
You got more.
The importance of cocaine, man. That was a song I didn't hear till very late in the game of Dance Gavin Dance. So it was very, what's the word? I don't want to say basic, but it was a big departure from what I was used to from Dance Gavin Dance. So I mean, I gotta say it was a strong departure. I very much like this song. I think this song is much better than fucking Tidal Wave.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, Dalton.
I do. I do. I think this song is much better, and if your ears work like a normal person's, you'd agree. But I love the raw, unfiltered emotion of the
Yeah.
lyricism, and the way just the instrumentation fits the mood of the lyrics. Like it everything melds so well together. Like we've been saying, John Mess just sounds like he's in a goddamn fish tank. I mean that's just how it is. But his lyrics were on point, and you could really feel, like, you could feel where he was at in his life, and what he was going through.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what makes this song much better than the previous track to me, is just how, because I think
Relatable.
it's relatable, and
Yeah.
I think this track was very, very important for this album. Almost as important as the next track.
All right. Anybody got anything to add?
No, other than that, that what Dalton was saying, how it was a staple to this album.
Absolutely.
Honestly, when I see the name, The Importance of Cocaine with GGD,
I listen to the song every time it comes
brings
on.
me back. It's weird. I tied this
It's
song a lot.
that vibe.
Yeah, I tied this song a lot with the album artwork. I look at the album artwork, and when I hear "Importance of a Cocaine," it gives me that image in my head.
Yeah,
and that's
Yeah.
honestly like it.
Oh, speaking of the artwork, I think it needs to be added on that John Mess
Absolutely, yeah.
actually did the painting for the artwork
Yes,
we
he did.
forgot
for this
about-
album,
Yes,
and
he
that's
did.
fucking dope as shit,
It is
in my
pretty cool.
opinion.
John Mess is an artiste.
He's a
Yeah.
really good artist. I like his stuff, and we'll get into
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We'll get into that later about how. Well, I guess we can get into that next album because change up, and then
Yeah. Well, moving on to the next track, "The Robot with Human Hair" Part 2, Track 6.
David, this
Dalton,
one's all you first.
You want to
buddy.
rip out?
David, this one's
Oh,
all
you want me to
first.
go? You want me to go?
Yeah,
All right, buddy.
yeah.
All right, so I fucking love this song. Let me just go ahead and say this is my favorite song for drums on this EP. Matt Mingus was like 16 at the time of writing this fucking EP.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he was
Matt's
young as
young.
fuck.
Matt's pretty young.
God, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I think that just goes to the fucking raw talent. Like that's some good shit. My favorite, this song has my favorite feel. So after whenever the chorus ends, the feel, that's one of my favorite feels ever. And the way that this song was recorded and produced, I fucking love how loud the bass guitar is. Like you can hear the bass guitar throughout this entire song. Dun 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 dun.
And you know you can hear it too. It's
Oh
like it's
yeah,
not
like
like an
it's
afterthought.
prominent. Yeah,
It's
it's
more of a
prominent.
it's more of a forethought than most bass is in a song,
Yeah.
you know.
And I think the song has great lyrics, like from Johnny and John, like "Leave, I'm the director. Agree to the role of the pilot inspector. Breathe, pilot inspector. Agree to the role of the radar detector." Like to me, that's the John Mess lyrics that I love because it doesn't mean anything to most people, but to me, I interpret it as whatever way I want to interpret it because it's not forthright and just saying what it is.
I
And
feel
that's what I love about John Mess's lyrics is that they're so interpreted to each listener that listens to it.
yeah, because
And the guitars are fucking sick. Like this song has a hard hitting chorus.
oh
Don't
No
get
no
me
no no no
started.
no 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 no
that
no 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 no.
chorus. All right, I want to go next on this song
All right,
because
go on. I'm good.
as coming back to what we were saying about how the vocal layering of the whole album, this song in particular is the best that does that. And it's only for the sole fact of they give each other that time to actually say, and then the other one comes in right after. And you can notice it at the beginning. Johnny has his verse, and then right after that, John Mess's verse, and then even in the chorus. Let me tell you about this chorus. When I heard the vocals to this chorus, it it stabbed me in a deep place in my heart. Just when I heard Johnny say, "Well, then you say you could do this on your own." Well, I'm sorry, baby, I can't aid you. And then John goes, and then you say, "Hands down, right now, I'll let this go." And you, well, now it's up to God to save you, dude. Ah,
I just want to add on one more thing to Johnny's lyrics. Whenever he says, and that's how I feel about love.
yeah,
That's one of
yeah.
my favorite notes that he hits on this entire EP.
This song right
And it's
here,
in the chorus, and I fucking love it because this
yeah.
chorus slaps hard as shit.
And like I said, this song right here, vocally, is the best. It's very hard hitting with emotions, and you can. It's to me, this would be if I was to show somebody this EP, this song would be the one that I would tell them to listen to first because it's the
Yeah, it's
most.
fan favorite. It
It's the
definitely is
most.
fan
Yeah,
favorite.
it's the
It's the
most
most balanced for
accessible.
sure.
Yeah,
It is.
and that's honestly the reason why so many people like it from
Yeah.
it being made in the time that it was. And like I said, the lyrics are great because it really just shows you how much somebody can really take you down. And just for them to write about that and let other people know and show that, and for them to actually be like, all right, this is something that we want to put out, I applaud them for that because it's really hard talking about shit like that sometimes.
Yeah.
And
It's
especially
hard to
like,
put yourself out there in the open
yeah,
for anyone
yeah,
to listen to you on the
right,
internet ever.
like this.
Yeah.
Like I know we're probably rambling on about some of the same shit, but I said from the beginning, I only had problems with the vocals of this album. Everything else, instrumentation wise, it's pretty solid for, like I said, for the time it was made in. I just have problems with these damn vocals. John's vocals, man. I love them, but I wish I would have done something different with it. Other
Don't
than that,
you want to go on?
Sure, man. Okay, so for me, man, Robot with the Human Hair Part 2 was that first song from this album that was like, damn, like this band gonna do some good shit. Like this band is gonna make some great music. And it was the first song that kind of showed that this band could grow into something way bigger than it fucking is right now. This band can be very, very important to the scene, all this and that. And this song right here is my favorite song on the motherfucking album.
Yeah, I agree
Favorite song.
that I think it's most people's favorite
It
song
it
on this
it is
EP.
just everything about it is amazing to me, except for the mudded vocals of John Miss. Obviously, that's this whole album. That's just how it
So
is.
so as long as we're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about the muddy vocals, so I'm much more into like DIY like old school deathcore bands and like garage fucking hardcore bands and shit than what you guys are. So for me, hearing all the very well produced stuff today, and then hearing John Miss like this with his rawness back in the old school days, I love it. Like for me, it hits a certain spot.
I'm sorry, what was that last thing you
Yeah,
cut
what was the
out?
last word you said?
I said John's rawness in this album hits a certain spot for me.
Yeah, yeah. I can I
I
can
love
listen.
it. I love it, bro.
Hey,
I do.
I
I
can
really do.
understand that
Now,
for
now I
no, no,
can't
I
fucking
can
understand 2/3 of what he says. I'm not saying that, but just the sound of him,
Well, no,
I
see,
fucking love that shit.
and that's my only issue with it. The way that he does it and still have the ability to do it today. I mean,
Hmm.
today DGD, present DGD, his vocals are a lot cleaner, of course. But even with this, for him to do an entire album with those vocals, it's amazing. Because most people that would do that probably back in the day would literally probably kill their vocal cords trying to get in that kind of like range.
Ollie
I don't
Sykes.
like
You're
like don't get me wrong.
right.
I love it the way that like you said the rawness of it. What I don't like is how the way it was put together, like vocal layering with that, and just how it is really hard to understand it because of that.
Yeah.
Anywho, back to what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
No, like I said, this track it was the first one that showed me, damn, like Dance Gavin Dance is gonna be kind of big one day. Like they're gonna have a good ass following, and they're gonna put on some great ass shows, which I think we can all agree some great ass shows, right?
Oh fuck it, dude.
I mean that shit. People get hyped for some DGD, dude. People get fucking hype. They
Yeah.
thrash. They fucking go hard.
DGD is basically DGD following is basically a cult.
Yeah, no, at
It
this
is.
point, yeah, no, it
Honestly,
really is.
dude, it fucking is.
Wait,
Honestly, it's
are we
weird.
in a cult?
Yeah, kind of.
High five! Fuck yeah!
Like,
Cult time!
it's like when I started listening to DGD was back in like middle school, and nobody else was listening to it. I didn't know anybody. The only people I knew was basically the one person that showed me them, and that's our good buddy Matthew. He showed me them,
He's a bitch.
and from there, the only two people I knew were me and him. Nobody else. And then y'all came along. I'm not sure how y'all got introduced. If we
I'm
introduced y'all.
sorry. I'm sorry that we're fucking late bloomers.
No, it's not even that. It's like, y'all came
I'll be right
along
back.
with it, and it just progressed from there. And then seeing their fan base now, from when I started listening to them, it blows my mind because they're in the mainstream now, man.
Yeah,
And it's a good
I
thing.
think I think that they just got mainstream. Like
Yeah.
post Mothership, they
Yeah,
became mainstream.
honestly, Mothership is the album that got him there, and that's
Yeah,
something we'll
for
talk
sure.
about when we get to that album.
Yeah, well, we've spent enough time on this track as it is, so
Yeah,
let's
it's gonna
go
be went
ahead.
off on a
Track
tangent.
7, the last track of the EP, "Burning Down the Nicotine Amour." Since I started
Me,
off on the last one, I'm letting you go. Go ahead.
yeah, all
'Cause
right.
I know we love this song. Me and you
this
both fucking love this
this
song.
fucking song fucking slaps. That's all I got. That's all
Yeah,
I gotta say. But to me, this is one of the best ending tracks that DGD has. Like, of course, they have other great ending tracks, but to me, this one right here is the way they started it. It's like coming at you. It's like
yeah,
emotion. It's like we're not gonna give you the chance to slow down. This is like you're just spewing it out, and it follows up with just the fucking that lead dissonant guitar. it's like a 6/9, and it's like
Yeah,
that real high squeak pitch.
yeah,
And I love how they do that in the intro because it just adds that anger to it. And this is what this album is. This album is just nothing but
pure,
pent up
unfiltered,
yeah,
adulterated anger.
built up aggression, and they are just letting this person have it. And they are just going, they're not stopping.
Yeah,
And then you go into the verse. The verse is just, like I said, this song, the same with The Robot with Human Hair Part 2, are the best vocally because of how they layered how they did the vocals. It's back, they have that back and forth thing, but it's done right. Like Johnny says the lyric, and then John comes in with his, probably like shortly after, but you can still distinguish what Johnny and John are saying.
yeah,
And it does that for a while. They go through the back and forth with the verse. I love the outro to this song. It ends in more of a melodic way. How they have the snare building up to with Johnny's
hmm,
vocals, and kind of like a marching band kind of little snare roll, whatever you want to
yeah,
call it. And it ends it so well. It's like after everything is said and done, you can be angry, you can be mad, you can have this hate towards the world or whatever you have that's pent up inside of you. But yet at the end, it all just fades away, man.
yeah, for
And
sure.
that's
And
what I love about this end track.
all right, so I'll go up next. This has one of my favorite guitar riffs, and it's so simple. The
It is.
dare, 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 dare. That long measure of the lead doing that, I fucking love that shit. I don't know why that shit slaps so hard, but it's just like
I remember we
and
tried to learn how to play this song.
we learned about half of it, then we
We
went
learned
on to
half
something
of it.
else.
Yeah.
As it goes, and to talk about the ending, like he was talking about how it comes into this really melodic vibe. I actually wish that if they'd have took some of the ambience from the title track and put it on the outro, I think it would have really send off the album
Yeah,
in a
I feel you on that
super
one.
like graceful way. You know what I mean? It's like you were saying, it's like either you could be mad or you could look back and smile,
Yeah.
you know?
And that was another thing that I wanted to say about the album in its entirety with like guitars. There's not really much effects to it. Like I know the present DGD, they like to go crazy with their effects in a way
Yeah.
to where it doesn't sound like a guitar most of the
Well,
time.
it depends. Do you count pedals as effects? Or are you
Yeah,
talking about post
yeah,
production?
that's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
pedals or just whatever
Yeah.
to change the sound of the guitar. To me, they just plugged into an amp, maybe had a distortion pedal or something like that. Maybe a
Probably an
slight
overdrive.
yeah, maybe like a slight delay or something, and they just recorded it with that. And the use of the clean like the clean guitars, it's outstanding in here because it's like you're so used to them being so technical with their stuff that even when it comes to a soft melodic part, it still has that technicality to it. But with this, they were like, we're gonna do something simple, but yet over that simple chord progression, we're gonna put. I'm trying to remember what track they do this with. I think it's the beginning of the beginning of the tidal wave. They do
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
It's like a garbage song.
They have that clean progression, but yet they still have that lead guitar doing some really good like I mean even the lead guitar in that still kind of like clean to an extent,
Yeah.
but it works though, and
It,
that's
it's
what
li-
I
it's
like.
like I said. It's like a overdriven clean.
Yeah, and that's what I
Like
like about
it's
this
clean, but it
album.
still punches and cuts through in the mix
Yeah,
in
like a
a
lot.
very specific way. Yeah. Dalton, you want to add on to some stuff?
I want to start by saying that this is not hate on this song because I very much enjoy this song. But I think that this is the second worst album ender for Dance Gavin Dance. I do.
Well,
It
that's fair. I mean, it is their like
doesn't,
first EP. It's definitely different.
you
Like,
know, I mean, I very much like it. It's got a lot of like for instance the rhythm of this song is just kind of out there. Like it's
okay, no, now you're just mathematically incorrect.
no, the rhythm for this song is kind of out there. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying
I've
it's
always
very
thought the
very
rhythm for this song was more like
it's
rolling, like
it's odd. It's just odd to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I think it's an odd rhythm. I do like this song. I think that the drums in this song are pretty tight. You know,
pretty
they're
tight.
they're pretty tight. Like Matt Mingus knew what he wanted to play and he played it exactly the way he fucking wanted to play
Yeah, for sure.
it. I think that this song has a few good bass lines that I really enjoy, and I mean the guitar is fire, and then John sounds like he's in a fucking fish tank, and then Johnny, he comes in with the heat. It's an enjoyable song with a
He
fucking
does.
odd with an odd rhythm in my opinion, but I mean I dig it. It's a cool fucking song.
All right. Well, does anyone have anything else to add on about
I'm gonna
our
add
whenever I
on
say
to
it's
this.
World Lotion
I'm
discussion?
gonna add on to this last one right quick. That fucking guitar part where it's like where it breaks down. That right there makes me want to fucking punch a baby.
It's
Like
after the first chorus, right?
I
Is after the first
I
chorus or the
I
second verse?
I think it's after the second verse. Yeah, hold on, let me find it. I think it is the second verse. Yeah, it's totally on the second verse where it's like ding, 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 ding. That guitar.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that shit's fire.
that
That
shit.
make
I
it
love
put
the scratches, the palm mutes.
yeah it
Oh
it
yeah, hell yeah!
it puts some
Actually,
fucking rage in me, dude.
makes me want to punch a baby.
But like I said, and I'll say this: EP was solid for the time it came in. '06. They needed to do like if they took their time on how they did the vocal, maybe I would have liked the EP a little bit more. But other than that, it needs to stay in '06.
To end it
Yeah,
off, let's all kind of rank the album on a scale of 1 to 10. For me,
yeah. I was
I
thinking that we did that
yeah.
too.
For me, I give this album a 6 bundles of cocaine out of 10. Yeah, that's my scale for this one.
Mine would have to be an easily 6.5.
I really I like this EP. I feel like I like more of the songs on this EP than what you guys do. So I
Probably
think it's
because
a solid
I
seven
mean
point five.
it's for me, man. I'm not saying it's weak. It's a weak EP. Like it's not. Like it was there. It was what brought Dance Gavin Dance into the scene and shit. It's
Yeah.
what got them started. I'm not saying it's weak, but it's definitely not a strong showing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good, but it's not what Dance Gavin Dance is now. Which
Yeah,
I
they
which
definitely evolved.
But
obviously
They
then see
did.
that's
which obviously it was their first shit, but
no,
like
not even that. But that's the thing with Dance Gavin Dance though. They're ever so changing. Like with this new album coming out,
oh, it's gonna be fucking weird.
I don't know what to anticipate. With
It's
this new
gonna be
album coming
weird,
out.
boys.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, yeah. I think that's about all that we got to say today. Thank you so
Wait,
much
did
for
you score
everybody
it?
watching.
yeah, he
Yeah, I
scored at
said
7.5.
7.5.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
It's good out. It's pretty
Thank
good
you
out.
so much, everybody, for watching today. Make sure to follow, subscribe down below, leave a like, leave a comment if you want us to look at some more music, leave us suggestions, whatever albums you want us to check out and talk shit. And that's pretty much about it. Make sure to follow and subscribe for future uploads and shit.
I love you.
Ninja Paint out. Bye.
Baby lost the gravy.